With this brand new Season 6 update that just went live a couple days ago for Call of Duty Mobile, if you go inside of the Battle Pass, and the moment you go and hit Tier 25 on the free section of it, you will go and lock a new operator skill called the Annihilator. And it kind of got me thinking, because the last time I went and made a ranking video like this, in which I ranked the operator skills from worst to best, it had to have been a couple months ago. So since then, we've gotten a couple new operator skills. I thought right now would be the perfect opportunity to go and rank them all. I should mention that the constant that I'm going to be using throughout today's video is just going to be playing a TDM on Nuketown. That was the only map and the only game mode that I was going and playing on. So a lot of these stats that I'm going to be going and saying throughout today's video is going to be based off TDM and then Nuketown there. I would really love to know your guys' list in the comment section down below, as well as if you guys end up enjoying today's video, smacking a like on it would be awesome. As well as if you are new, be sure to go and subscribe. I do daily COD mobile videos. But without further ado, we might as well begin with the worst operator skill. So coming in as being the worst operator skill in Call of Duty Mobile, I'm going to go and give it to the Defender class. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comment section down below that are going to say things such as, oh, Parker, the Defender class, it's really helpful on domination or hardpoint when you're trying to go and claim those positions there, and you're either using the Defender class as like a shield to prevent people from coming in certain doorways, or you're just using it as a shield of protection and domination when you're going and securing the B capture site, which are obviously better uses with the Defender class. But if you kind of take a step back and look at the broader picture here of what COD Mobile is all about, with all the other game modes that this game has to go and offer that isn't domination and hardpoint and all the other maps, the Defender class just isn't a very multi-purpose class. The recharge with the Defender class in TDM Nuketown is about a 3, which isn't too bad. Like, you can get it 3 times in one game, which makes it the second fastest recharge rate of any other operator skill on this list here. But it's just not a very big multi-purpose class, and you can't really get any specific kills with it. Like, don't get me wrong, you can go and flash the enemy with the shield itself, but it doesn't really kill anyone, if that makes sense. For the number 8 spot here as being the second worst operator skill, I'm going to go and give it to the Hive. So this was a couple things that I was able to go and notice. I was getting about 3 to 4 kills on average on TDM Nuketown going and using this, as well as like I have been using this all throughout this brand new update here too. They did say within the patch notes that they improved the Hive enemy traps and they're going to make it more known on the map itself. But just a couple other things that I've noticed is that it's a lot harder to go and activate the pods wherever you go and place them. Like, it doesn't really work that well, especially if you plan on going and placing the pods on something like a wall, and the player really does need to be right next to the pod in order to go and like secure a kill like that. When the Hive first released, it was a really powerful operator skill, but they just kind of nerfed it to a point in which it's not really anything too special anymore. Granted, don't get me wrong, I was getting 3 to 4 kills on average, which is still really good, but it just, if you go and factor what it actually does on the map itself and how you have to have people going through certain areas, and you have to be mindful of the location where you're planning on putting these pods, it's a lot more complicated than just going and picking up any other operator skill, as well as it does have a recharge of 1.25. For the number 7 spot here, I'm going to go and give it to the gravity spikes. Now, this was one of the most fun classes to go and use. It's just something unique about the gravity spikes in which you're able to go and get it super fast, because if we recall back to the Season 6 patch notes, they went and reduced the cooldown of the gravity spikes, so you're able to go and get it a lot faster there. If I go to the actual stats itself, I was getting 3 to 4 kills, not per operator, but 3 to 4 total, with the 3.25 recharge. So on average, it was about 1 kill per gravity spike going and using it. You are able to go and get multi-kills, that's why I say kind of 3 to 4 there, but it was really rare, and it does kind of depend on the situation that you find yourself in. But the gravity spikes, it was actually pretty good. Like, the movement itself that you go and have with it, it's a very smooth, it activates immediately, kind of with no issues at all. So gravity spikes, I know it's at this number 7 spot here, because let's be honest, you're not going and getting multi-kills all the time time with the gravity spikes, but still nevertheless, it's a very good operator class to go and use. For the number 6 spot here, I'm going to go and give it to the Sparrow. Now, the Sparrow has been my main operator skill that I've been using for a very long time now, but it's just honestly not that good of an operator skill if we go and compare it to all the other ones remaining on this list here. In terms of the stats, I was getting about 3 to 4 kills on average. I know that can have some obvious outliers out there, like people can probably go and kill way more people, but I was getting about 3 to 4 kills on average with a 1.5 recharge rate, which really isn't the worst in the world. But one main issue that I was having with it, or maybe 2 issues here, is that you can't cancel your aim. Like, I really do appreciate the aiming aspect with the Sparrow class here, but there's no way for players to go and cancel it, as well as it did have reduced damage and the range of explosion that you'd be able to go and do when the Sparrow class first came out. That has also been reduced. So it's not like that OP operator skill that it was when it first dropped, but it's still a very decent operator skill to go and use. Now, for going and talking about the number 5 spot here, I'm going to go and give it to the Purifier. Now, I know a lot of people actually love using this operator skill, and it's not bad in the slightest, but there are a couple things that I went and noticed here. So first off, if we recall back to the Season 6 patch notes here, they did reduce the fuel capacity of the Purifier. So pretty much what they're saying is that they went and reduced the amount of ammo that you now have in the Purifier. But if we just go based off the stats here, it still isn't a bad operator skill to go and use. You can get about 4 to 5 kills on average in a Nuketown TDM with a 1 recharge, so it's not anything too crazy. You can get it one time in a game like that. But one of the things, which is obviously understandable with this, is that it excels in short range. It can be decent in medium range, but yeah, the moment you go and find yourself in a long range engagement there, don't expect the Purifier to go all the way across the map and easily kill someone. Like, it's a really good operator skill, like I said, to go and use in those short to sometimes medium range engagements, but it's not like a multi-purpose or multi-gunfight operator skill. Now, this has probably been the moment you guys have all been waiting for. The number 4 spot, I'm going to go and give it to the Annihilator Pistol. This has been my personal favorite operator to go and use ever since this brand new update. It's probably because it's a new operator skill, but these were some of the stats that I was going and noticing with it. So on average, I was getting about 4 to 5 kills in a Nuketown TDM. The recharge was only 1, so it's not anything too crazy from that aspect. But just the nuttiest thing when it comes to the Annihilator operator skill is that you don't have to be super accurate with the weapon in order to go and kill someone, as well as you can kill multiple people with 1 bullet. I was kind of juggling back and forth with the number 4 and 5 spot, because if you guys recall, I did have the Purifier at the number 5 spot, but it's just the Annihilator Pistol, you can go and use it in short, medium, and long range engagements, while the Purifier, you can only use it in those short to medium. Now, for coming in at the number 3 spot here, I'm going to go and give it to the Tempest. Now, this was also an operator skill that I was really having a difficult time in terms of going and ranking it, very similar to like the number 4 and 5 spot here. But after just further analyzing the stats, I think I made the right choice here. So if we kind of go and look at everything, on average, I was getting about 4 to 5 kills, but I had a lot more bullets remaining. And then just the biggest issue with this gun that I was having is that you have to be a lot more accurate with it. It's not as forgiving as something like the Annihilator Pistol, but if you do have really good shots and you're able to go and have your accuracy on point, that kill average can easily go up. So the Tempest, not bad in the slightest, especially if you go and put on the 1.25 recharge rate then compared to the Annihilator Pistol with only a 1. You're able to go in ADS, so you're able to go and use it in terms of those short, medium to long range gunfights, so it is a multi-purpose operator skill. Now, for coming in at the number 2 spot here, I'm going to go and give it to the War Machine. And I was really surprised this time around with this brand new Season 6 update that they didn't go and nerf it, because they actually didn't touch it at all. Like, if we go based off some of these stats here, on average, I was getting about 4 to 5 kills with a 1.5 recharge rate. I was kind of expecting for them to go and increase the cooldown period, but it would appear that they did not go and do it. So War Machine still really powerful in that regard. You are able to still go and get multi-kill potential with 1 bullet, obviously, but the biggest issue that I was having with this is that you can't aim. So you can really only find find yourself in those short to medium range gunfights, but still nevertheless, I think it's a really good operator skill. But finally, at this number 1 spot, probably the majority of people watching this video already knows what it's going to go and be. I gotta give it to the Death Machine. Now, if we go and look at the Death Machine stats here, I was getting about 5 to 6 kills on average, which was the best out of any other operator skill on this list here. It only does have a 1 recharge, but don't get me wrong, man. 5 to 6 kills on average per going and using this weapon, and you are able to go and use this weapon in terms of short, medium, and long-range gunfights. It's still an absolute beast, even after they went and nerfed it, because they did say that they reduced the ammo size of the Death Machine. But nah, man, it's still an absolute beast of an operator skill to go and use. But with that said, gonna be wrapping up the video there. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, oh so very much for tuning in and watching. If you guys are new around here, be sure to go and subscribe. I do daily COD mobile videos, as well as if you are interested in winning a Season 6 Battle Pass, be sure to go and sub to Parker the Slayer Live and Parker the Slayer Clips. My name is Parker. Hopefully you guys will have a fantastic rest of your day today, and I guess I'll talk to you in the next video.